Ready? Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great American poet, philosopher, and abolitionist, used to say that youth is the perpetual Messiah. In other words, every generation comes into the world with a new truth, with new truths and progressions, which wipe away and dispel a lot of old lies and myths and worn out traditions. Emerson also used to say that poets are thus liberating gods. The name of this poem is called How to Unplug Yourself from the Matrix, aka the System. C-Y-S-T-E-M. Our parents sent us to school with the devil. Don't get me wrong, they were trying to do the right thing, but how are they supposed to know that the Western educational system is basically an international spy network designed to round up those who can best keep the system intact while weeding out all incoming messiahs who might prove to be a threat? How are they supposed to know that the system is so dedicated and sophisticated in its maliciousness? How are they supposed to know that America is not a country? America is a business, a corporation situated on top of a monopoly board inside a pyramid scheme, where those at the top of the pyramid, at the apex, as represented on the back of your dollar bill, represent the 1%, aka Uncle Sam, and more specifically, Zeus. Those who thrive off of the misery and suffering and hard labor of the rest of us, especially those who don't live inside America, but who live under America, with limited opportunities, who must therefore resort to criminal activity. And the system thrives off of a certain amount of criminal activity, because then Uncle Sam gets to say, hey, you boys want to get paid for hunting out some criminals and Negroes and having almost complete immunity to whatever you do to them? Yeehaw! Then we're going to pay you to be police officers, and you be the ambulance drivers, and you to be the morticians. That's right, make them look good one last time for their mom. We make them pay to come into this world and pay to go out. He's still alive, okay, we'll pay you to be a doctor, and you to be a pharmacist. You got to be white coats, you work in tandem together. And you to be a judge, and you to be a lawyer, and you to be a guard, and you to be a warden, and you to be a bail bondsman. Because if he has enough money, he can get out of almost anything. And of course, the system is rigged in our favor to have the most money. And we'll pay you guys to spread bad news, because bad news makes people sick for the white coats and sells more products. So every day you get the same news. Somebody got shot. Somebody stole something. On every channel, somebody got shot. Somebody stole something. In every language, Ikingagagalakam, Makilalakayo, Ngoine, Moshi, todos, gente, muertos. And we'll pay you guys to be the politicians. You play the good cop and you play the bad cop to give people the illusion of democracy. So every 4 years or so, you cheer the new ones in the office and boo the old ones out of office, because things never do get really completely changed, do they? And if you think about it, if they fix things, all the aforementioned people would be out of a job and the system would collapse. And the system is designed so that his story will repeat itself. So then, the politicians must convince you to send your poor, disadvantaged sons and daughters off to another war against another country of color and their poor, disadvantaged sons and daughters. And then, oh snap, you find out that both sides of the wars are being supplied by the same gun manufacturer. More money, more money, more money. And it's all just a sick game. And then you come home and you find out that the system has created so many criminals. And now somebody gets paid to build, own, and operate prisons to warehouse all the criminals. And the system is making so many people sick. And somebody gets paid to build, own, and operate hospitals and insane asylums and psychiatric wards to warehouse all the sick people in churches and temples and mosques. Oh Lord, Jesus, help me, help me, help me, help me. But Jesus ain't gonna help you, and Jesus ain't gonna help you, and Dr. Zeus ain't gonna help you, because Zeus is the one that got us in this mess in the first place. And then the system always needs new blood. So somebody gets paid to build, own, and operate colleges and universities so that history will repeat itself. But of course, you can't have too many poor people or people of color at these prestigious universities, because these are the people you'll be taught how to exploit. You can't be a social worker like you got a whole bunch of jacked up people, right? And I know that you were born into this, and you're probably thinking, this is how it's supposed to be, this is life. But no, in other cultures, countries, worlds, planets, there's no sickness, no disease, no crime, no violence, no war. Why? Because they have actual civilization. They have culture. They have constant communion with higher intelligences and worlds. And even death is nothing but a chronic disease that man on this planet has had for so long he now believes it to be a natural fact of life. They got us thinking we're supposed to go down into the ground instead of up into the sky, where the stars are the porch lights of our ancestors, showing us the way home.